Hi everyone, it's Kathy, the Backyard Stamper, and today we're going to make this beautiful card using the Framed Florets bundle from the January to April mini catalog. This bundle is featured on page 65 of our January to April mini catalog by Stampin' Up! And the font on this stamp set is absolutely terrific. I love it. The greetings are nice and big, and the flowers are simple to color. Everything's easy to cut out. But the big thing are the dies. These dies here have some terrific ovals, which we haven't had for a couple years. So we've got some 13 dies in the die set, and we've got 3 different ovals, and I'm going to demonstrate what this one looks like. This one here cuts a frame and the inside oval. This one just cuts the hearts. So I have some samples I can show you of some cards that I've made with this bundle when we're all done. Alrighty, so the base piece we're using was an add-on to the January paper pumpkin kit, and it had the 4 different colors of card bases and matching envelopes. And as a paper pumpkin subscriber, you can purchase refills and add-on kits while supplies last. So we're going to use this one, and that's just a standard card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored and folded in the middle at 4 1/4. I've got 2 pieces of cardstock here, basic white and sage soft succulent. I almost said sage shadow. Wow, is that dating myself? Soft succulent. Both of these measure 3 by 4. I also have a piece of vellum that I have already embossed with the gingham embossing folder. What I love about embossing on vellum is it makes it almost look white. So I think that's pretty neat. All right, so we're going to use this piece here. This is going to cut out a frame right here and the inside oval. So I've already gone ahead and done that, and I've done it twice, once on the soft succulent and once on the white, so that you get your, my hands are cold, sorry. You get your white and your soft succulent pieces. So what we're going to do is we're going to save this inside piece for another project, and we're going to save the outside of the white for another project. And what we're going to do is adhere our vellum down. What I like to do with the vellum is you've got a nice big area here that's going to be behind the oval. So if you put this kind of underneath it, that'll give you your area to glue. And we're going to go ahead and just move everything out of the way. This card goes together really easily. The vellum is 3 3/4 by 5. And the liquid glue shows through at the moment, but it's not going to bother anything because it's going to be underneath our oval. So let's stamp our, actually we can go ahead and put this on. And let's see here, let me get my glue mat out. When I'm gluing something like this that I definitely don't want it to ooze out on, I try to put little dots of glue. And honestly, with this glue, if you can see it, it's enough. And you can kind of use the tip to move it around a little. Okay, and let's go ahead and put that on our front. And I'm just eyeballing it in the center, and I'm going to just go ahead and press that down and hold it for a second while it adheres. And set that aside. Now for our inside piece, we're going to stamp our wishes for a beautiful birthday using the soft succulent. And I like to always stamp on scrap paper first, make sure I've got a nice image. And I also, because it's photopolymer, I like to use my foam mat. This is a mat from the Stamparatus. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put that right in the middle. Perfect. I got a little smudge up the top, but I think since it's right on the edge, it's not gonna show, but let's test it. Otherwise, we can flip it over. I can see it, so let's do a little flip. And that was just me really mushing my ink pad in, my block into my ink pad, which I didn't need to do. All right, here we go. Much better. Okay, let's let that dry. And while we're at it, let's do our inside piece. So for this, I have for a special person on a special day, also in the soft succulent. And I do want to mention, soft succulent is one of the in colors that will be retiring this year. And usually a month before they retire, everybody goes, gasp, I need to get my refills, I need my paper. But you know, don't wait until the last minute, because the refill is the first thing that sells out. So if you love soft succulent, stock up on the paper and make sure you have a refill for your ink pad. Okay, the beeping you hear in the background is my husband opening the door, even though I told him I'm recording. That's our alarm system beeping in the background. Okay. All right, let's bring our piece back in. I don't need this for the moment. Hold that. Keep my area nice and clean here. All right, let's put this down, and I am going to use some Stamp and Seal. I find if you use your glue mat to run the tape on, it really does a better job of getting the tape started. And there. All right, almost done, almost done. So the second die that we're going to use with this bundle cuts out some designer series paper. The designer series paper was available in December as part of a pre-ordering special, and it was called the Framed Florets designer series paper. And some of the images you could cut out with the dies, but in there also have a coordinating stamp for this particular one. So the dies, what I really like is Stampin' Up! Has been making dies that cut the designer series paper and a stamp. So it's, you know, if you don't feel like coloring, you can get the same pretty flowers, or shapes or designs from the designer series paper too. So I'm going to run that through my Stamp and Emboss and by the magic of television. And this particular one is the stamped version of this. This I'm saving for my card class. I have card classes at my house twice a month, and the next card class is all about the Fitting Florets bundle. So somebody's going to be cutting this little piece of designer paper with this, and I did the coloring so they didn't have to. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that up with my dimensionals. Let's see here. And put that right there. And the last thing for this card is the embellishments. And these are solid faceted gems. These are, I'm not sure if I got them on the clearance rack or if they're still available in the annual catalog, but they've got the evening evergreen, the soft succulent, the polished pink, and then it looks like starry sky and petal pink and maybe balmy blue. But whenever their clearance rack offers embellishments, I totally stock up on these gems, especially where I hold classes. You know, if I wait till just before the class, something might be sold out, or they don't come in a package big enough that makes it feasible for me to offer. There. And that's that. And that's my quick and easy card for today. Let me show you some other samples that I've got with the Framed Florets. Okay, so as part of my class that's coming up on Framed Florets, we'll be making the owl card, which is the Valentine, for using the Framed Florets. Now this is the heart piece. It cuts out all sorts of the hearts, but not the middle oval. So I put the two dies together. Let me show you what I mean. So I had this one, this die, and I set the other one down over here somewhere. Sorry, it's gone away from me. But I can show you what I mean. Here it is. I got it. Sorry. Okay, so I used a piece of washi tape and I taped them together on the back and ran it through on top of my red sheet. So they were taped together like this, and I put it on top of my red and I ran it through. And so I got the outside piece, and it also cut this frame piece out, and lots of little hearts. So I'm saving these to do a shaker card. So I've got that one. This is another card we'll be making at my class. This is a fancy fold flip card using that beautiful Fitting Florets DSP. And then this one. These are my cards at my upcoming class. It's at my house. I have classes on the first and third Saturdays of every month from 10 a.m. to 12, and then an afternoon session of 2 to 4. Generally, my classes are $15, and team members can come for free. And here's another sample card that I received when I went to Onstage in November. That's that outside frame, really pretty. Here's a gorgeous card made by my friend Paula Mann. Also, I got this one at the Onstage. And she did that outside frame with silver foil, and then the little pieces are part of the framelits too. And I also have this one, which inspired me to do this card. This one was a swap that I received from Anna Masternak at the Onstage. So that's it for today. And my host code for this month, January, is right here. Anyone that places an order of $50 or more will be able to select from the Celebration mini catalog, and you will also receive, if you use the host code, a card kit using the Dandy Delights DSP from the Celebration mini catalog. Thanks for coming by today.